I'm done blaming myself for your mistakes. Done pretending you're my sister. You're not.
Then stop me.
I'm still just like in shock. Like I don't even have the words.
That's the beauty of this show, is it's complex.
Arcane Season 2 is dark.
Ambitious.
Badass.
Unbelievable.
Surprising and dramatic.
I'm such a fan.
This is not just the next chapter. Like, we need to do something here that's very special.
The scale is so large and it's so gripping.
There is something for everyone.
It really is memorable.
In Season 2, we're in the aftermath of
My attack.
your attack.
Jinx's
attack.
Yep, that's me. A lot of tension.
A lot of tension.
Between Piltover and Zorn.
The chaos and the conflict are at an all-time high.
The amazing thing about doing a series where you come back for a second season is you completely trust the creators, and it feels very collaborative, and you know your character.
With Season 1, first thing was like, can we establish the characters from the game that we all know and what they sound like, what they fight like, but we want to have the drama and the stakes of something that we see in anime. Season 2, a lot of it was like kind of pushing it much further. It really explores the dark sides of the characters.
The hell we supposed to do now?
Watch it all burn.
We had so much trust from both Christian and Alex and the entire team to really take on these characters in this new light, having spent so much time with them and having learned them so much over Season 1. Where are the others? Spit it out.
Working with Ella and Haley, they're so good. You know, they internalize the lines in the moment
I'm ready.
and go really deep on the different emotions.
I'm glad it's you. Had to be you. I love, love, love playing Jinx. She's so unpredictable. I get to really ignite my inner child, but then again, she has these moments of rage and these moments of extreme confusion, and then the vulnerability that comes out is heartbreaking.
Vi is coming to terms with, is her sister actually gone? Is there any part of her left? Because that's where the fight is within Vi, and we see her with very little to nothing left in her.
It has to end.
I think that's a huge part of Vi's growth. It has been really fun to play through that dynamic.
To watch someone go into a recording booth and then to give them the kinds of instructions that are like, have the craziest mental breakdown in specifically this way, and then it's like, well, they nailed it.
Yeah, I always leave those sessions like exhausted because I feel like I've felt every emotion on the scale. Best feeling in the world, kid. For Jinx, one of my favorite parts of this season is the relationship between her and Isha. It's just so sweet. Ta-da! One of my favorite scenes is where they're playing. You like it? And they're just two kids having fun. But you do see these moments of, you really think she's gonna figure it out, and there's still this darkness that just takes over. It's very much about reckoning with what she's done. She goes to like an all-time low and has to like make this final decision of, is she Jinx or is she Powder?
Powder's gone.
With Vi, she's grown so much. We've seen her deal with so much trauma. I think the family dynamics also are so complex, and as I get older, I have a better understanding of like what those are and how many there can be within a small family or within a sibling dynamic.
Yeah, and your chosen family, not just the people you're related to, but the people that you choose to protect and adopt as your own.
I love so much that Vi is as vulnerable as she is strong. I resonate with that completely. Who are you? How do you know my name?
Junior Officer Nolan. Maddie. And, it's written on your face.
I was really blown away by the writing and the handling of the female characters. I felt like every woman in the show was handled with dignity and complexity and empowerment, multi-layered femininity.
Maybe we can negotiate.
Savika has the spirit of understanding that the cause is greater than one individual person. And she is for the people of Zon getting their independence. We don't hand over our people.
I feel like Jace, you really get to watch him evolve from who you think he is into the person that we know he is now. And it's a completely different side of Jace than I think the audience is used to.
I won't fail. I swear it.
Heimerdinger's fall from grace is about perspective for him. He gets to see that genius happens outside the lab, that great minds come from distinct places.
Every action sparks a reaction.
That's why he takes Ekko on in this mentor kind of a role, is he connects with him.
I think we find new ways of Ekko learning more about what it is to be a true leader. Everybody needs to be represented, and Arcane is just one of those shows that adds to that beautiful history that's always evolving. Everybody gets a chance to really, really dig deep.
I like pretty much everything about Victor. He's a paradox of a person, his vulnerability, but also his massive strength. And finally, we begin to understand how he becomes the character that players will be familiar with.
We can be of one mind.
It's so heartbreaking, but fun at the same time. And when you can have these two kind of opposing emotions, that's when, you know, the magic happens.
I am a decorated officer, leader of House Kiraman.
There are so many layers to Vi and Caitlyn. I feel like Caitlyn has unlocked this softness in Vi. She's lost everyone else in her life, and she's just like praying to God that she doesn't lose Caitlyn, because she finally has someone.
I think that was really interesting, especially when you had characters like Caitlyn, who's so positive, who's always been the hopeful beacon that is like, no, there's a way to work with the Undercity.
We can show them, together.
You want to believe her that this is possible, and she's just very pure. If you see someone like that lose their hope, it just really hurts.
I want to tear that laugh from her throat forever.
Kate.
While this show is so captivating and wild and fun to watch, there are so many layers to it. Identity and family dynamic and perception of self.
That's really the biggest uniting thing I can think of between all of the characters, and one of the biggest themes of Arcane is like, you are the choices that you make, and you can never predict the consequences of those choices.
There's two things that you feel like you're trying to achieve, right? Live up to the story that you've told, and also bring an evolution to it. That was actually an interesting and always challenging process going through season 2.
Fortiche was like the obvious partner. I mean, they're just an absolutely amazing animation studio in Paris. We knew that they would want exactly the same thing. Like, they really wanted to take animation as a whole to the next level.
The world that inspired this, right? Like the one from the video game. There are so many stories that we want to tell and hint at.
It really wasn't like, let's just make another. It was really like, let's start from zero and really have the same ambition and the same hunger that we had with season 1.
I'm always with you, even when we're worlds apart.
What we do with music in the second season is something that's just a big step up in terms of just scope and ambition.
There's an ocean so dark down below the waves.
They're all handcrafted original tracks. We work with Fortiche to find 1 or 2 moments in every episode where the music kind of takes over. As an example, you know, we have a song early on in the first episode, the funeral scene of Caitlyn's mom. When we started working with Freya, the singer and artist, we wanted someone that has a kind of voice that mirrors Caitlyn's personality. Makes it so much more special when you find an artist that really hits those emotional qualities you're looking for.
My body's on the line now.
I'm like in a constant state of awe over this show and these characters.
I can feel the light shine on my face.
You know, this is the last season, and I think that they have wrapped it up in such a beautiful way. It feels fulfilling.
Everyone I know who has seen it has been blown away by the animation, the performances, the story.
The writing is just so beautifully nuanced. That then makes it so easy to just immerse yourself.
It's brilliant because they just care so much.
We worked on this for so long. Everyone just battled through it, you know, and like everyone really believed in it from the beginning. I'm just really proud of it.
My body's on the line.
Everything is an opportunity to imagine what if. That is the thing that is both tantalizing and satisfying as much to us as for the fans.
The fandom of this show has had a real impact on me as a person. You can see the love for the world.
It moved me in a certain way, and I love to see how it affected others. It's almost overwhelming.
I think this is just a really celebratory moment, and I'm really proud to be a part of it.
by far one of the coolest projects I've ever gotten to be a part of.
I cried at the finale. It just does feel satisfying.
I feel so honored to play this role and to be on the other side of that and sort of see how this has influenced people. How incredible to be a part of this journey.